What's up, everybody? This is Podcast Gameoverse, episode 061 for your listening pleasure. It is Saturday, February 20th. Sometimes for your listening pleasure, sometimes to your listening detriment. We try to keep those ear pussies clean for you.
Ear pussies.
My dude Rick is here. What's up?
Yo, what up, everybody? We got Lando and Leo both in the house. Leo says audio's good, so we're good to go, man.
All right.
Got the all clear. I'm excited. You're excited. A lot of shit happened in the last couple days. It was a pretty slow news week up until the last 2-3 days. We got a bunch of it to go over, man. But first, what have you been playing? I know because I watched your stream, but anyone else who doesn't playing.
What you watching? You been watching me?
I check it out once in a while, yeah. What else am I going to do? Work?
Yeah, that's what you should be doing.
No, I have your stream run in the background sometimes I'm at work and it's a slow day.
Oh,
it doesn't happen very often, though.
Well, let's see. I've been playing a little game called... Actually, I've been playing a couple stuff. I'm still playing Persona. But, I don't know. I'm getting kind of bored of it, man. I'm not gonna lie. I needed to spice it up a little bit. Just I don't know. That game starts super slow for me, man.
Yeah.
Not only does it start slow, but it stays slow for a while.
Yeah, up until I want to say until you beat the first palace, I want to say the game's mostly on.
Yeah, I beat the first palace, and now I'm just waiting for the next thing to start. So I'm in the what the hell is it called? Mind Gate conspiracy. You know, when you go in the subway and it looks like
Mementos.
Mementos, yeah, and it looks like Let It Die for I was like, oh, it's kind of Let It Die. Yeah, so that's I'm in there, and it's man, I'm just waiting for the next thing to happen. So I was bored a little. So I was okay.
That's a big part of Persona. That's you have these lulls. It's meant to be a life simulator. So you have moments where huge chunks of the game, and I'm talking huge chunks, are spent on oh, I got to go to school, do my laundry, build up the stats so I could bang the hot student council member.
Yeah.
That's a huge part of the game. And I remember I was playing Persona 4 and I was playing it on my Vita, and my little sister likes watching me play games. And it was right after I beat a dungeon. So there was a long stretch of nothing happening. And she sat down, she pulled my headphone out and put it in her ear so you can watch me play. And she sat there for 30 minutes and nothing happened. I was going to school, hanging out with my girlfriend. And she just looks at me. She's like, "This game is boring," and walked away. And she was 8.
Yeah. So I had to. When was this? I guess this was Wednesday. I just loaded up some random stuff on Wednesday just to spice it up a bit. So I loaded up a little bit of Axiom Verge.
Axiom Verge is good. I got it for free on Epic. But I think I told you I was having some weird issues with it. The game was just not working. I can't remember if it was the window wouldn't display, or it wouldn't recognize my keyboard or my mouse or my keyboard or controller. It was really weird. I'm gonna fuck around with it again probably later today because I do want to play it out.
Yeah, it's a great game. I know they added a randomizer. You know how randomizers are hot right now, the Zelda randomizers and stuff. They put one out for Axiom Verge, an official one. That, I mean, I'm not good enough to do a randomizer because I've never even gotten deep into this game yet, but yeah, it's just a dope ass Metroidvania with a sci-fi twist to it. So I don't know, I played that for a little bit, then I got bored of that because I kept dying. But then I loaded up some Shadow of the Colossus, dude. Yeah, baby.
The original or the remake?
The remake, the remaster.
Is it a remaster or is it a remake? Because it had a remaster on the PS3.
it's a remake, yeah, I guess. I guess it's a remake, yeah. You can call it that. But yeah, dude, I was like, I wonder if I can speed run this game before the Nintendo Direct starts. And I got pretty damn close, I'm not gonna lie. There's always
Oh
like a
yeah.
couple few that just fuck me up. They're the ones that are like very position based. Like there's the one where you have to like get them in the geyser. I don't want to like spoil. If you never played this game, I don't want to spoil it, but uh, because the game's a fucking masterpiece. If you've not played this, you're wrong. Uh, but yeah, there's one where you
I
have to like.
tried. I'll continue. Sorry.
Oh, what was that? I'm sorry. What was that?
I tried to play it on PS3 when it was like the HD remaster. Remember that? And I was like maybe 15, 17 when I tried playing it. And this was like when the hype was like real. Like all the YouTubers were talking about it. And that's where I was like, oh, I gotta try this game. And I got really bored with it really fast. And I
Oh,
never played it again.
you're fucking up, dude. This game is a
I know.
fucking
I'm gonna try it
masterpiece.
again, but I think I want to try like the remake that they did on PS4 if I'm gonna try it again.
Yeah.
That seems like the definitive version everyone keeps telling me.
I mean, it's just a visual update, really. They didn't really change any of the mechanics or anything. But yeah, I've played this game so many times that I was like, man, I wonder like how long it would take me to beat this. And I got pretty damn close. I think I only have like two or three more before which is like, I don't know, it was like 3 hours maybe. So the game's like a 12-hour game if you've like never played it before, because it's like a puzzle game, but all the puzzles are these big ass monsters that you have to figure out how to kill. And that's the puzzle, and that's what's awesome about it, is because it kind of like subverts your expectations of like what you think the game is, or what you think is going to be, and that's like really cool. So
So do you think like someone, because like I know about the game through like cultural osmosis, like I just hear so many people talk about it and reference it. Like I know most of the game. Do you think there's still some playable value to someone who like knows the game just from everyone talking about it?
well, there's a difference between knowing what the game is and knowing how to, because like I said, it's all puzzles. So you can know some, you can hear people talk about a puzzle, but they rarely tell you how to solve a puzzle when they're talking about it.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
and that's what the game is. Like you can know that there's 16 colossuses, and you know you just have to, and there's nothing in the world besides those 16 things, and you just kill them, and there's just like this story, and it's a prequel to Ico or whatever. Like you can know all these things, but once you actually encounter the puzzle, that's when like you're banging your head against the wall, like how the fuck do I get up there, or like what's the like solution to this? That's why I say the game is like 12 hours long legit, but you can beat it in like 3 or 4 hours if you know what you're doing.
All right. I'll give it another try. I guess the PS4 remake is like a thing, so I could try
Yeah.
that out.
Yeah. So yeah, that's basically all I've been playing. And I don't know, I finally beat Mario's Picross on the Game Boy. There's 128 puzzles in that game. So I beat all of those. Once you beat all of those, it like unlocks a time trial mode where it doesn't give you hints, and it doesn't tell you like if you mark an incorrect section, usually it tells you, hey, that's wrong. It doesn't tell you if you're wrong, and it doesn't give you any hints. And they're hard as fuck, so I don't know if I'm gonna do those. There's like, I don't know, another 64 of those. And I'm like, this is fucking hard. So, but yeah, that game has retro achievements.
Yeah, you're telling me about that.
So like, I got a bunch of those now.
Good shit. There's
But
so many games I want to play. Like I've been playing. I think I told you, my wife and I are house shopping right now, so that's been eating
yeah,
up a lot of my time. So I don't have
what's
time to like sit down.
what's the housing market looking like right now? Because I know in this
It's so
area,
frustrating, dude. Like, so it's not like inflated in the sense that like houses are overpriced. I think most of the houses we looked at have been priced. The
yeah,
problem is like everyone and their mom is like buying up like crazy.
Yeah.
Like everyone, their mom's just buying up, trying to flip all these houses right now. I'm like, really? Like we'll find a house we like, it's a good price, put in an offer, and like the next day it's like, oh, someone else bought it. I'm
Yeah,
just
because I
sitting
know
here like,
in like in my area, there's everyone's like fucking selling their house, like moving out and shit. Um, so I don't know if it was like a buyer's market or if it was like a seller's market right now, and just people are. But I know it's gonna like be pretty bad here coming up for a lot of people because that like amnesty or whatever the fuck it's called is like running out pretty soon.
oh, the
So
moratoriums, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
So yeah, that's what I've been doing. We've been looking at like at least another house every other day. My wife has been going a lot more than me because I'm working. So I'll be at work and she'll be like, "Oh, when I get off, I'm gonna go look at the house." And if I could, like just the other day, like I get off work at like 4:30, and she was scheduled to go look at this house at like 4:45, and I was like, "Well, I can't like get off work and then get over there in time, so I'll FaceTime you so I go through the house."
yeah,
Like that's what we've been doing. But it's been frustrating. We found one that we really liked, and when we put an offer in, the guy accepted it. We had an inspector look at it, and the inspector was like, "Yeah, this roof is fucked."
shit.
Yeah, the inspector told us flat out like this whole roof needs to go. We need to completely replace it. We estimate about like 8,600 to fix it, to get a new roof.
Damn.
And so yeah, dude. So I told the seller that, and the seller, instead of like, being professional, he fires back with this long like fucking essay
Fuck
of
you,
just
this is a
like
brand new roof, man. We had this roof implanted and 3 years ago.
basically he's like, I've been in property for 20 years. There's no way anything's wrong with that roof. There's no leak, no issues. And then in the same fucking sentence, he's like, some water pulls up in a corner, but that's it. Like that's not gonna fuck the whole roof up. And then he's like, I don't know where this guy got that from. There's no way that's gonna be 8,600. I could do it for like 5. I'll take 2,000 off the house price.
I mean, so what if my dude Jamal just drops in sometimes and has some gingerbread cookies and then leaves, but that's all he wants.
It's so fucking frustrating. And I told the dude, I'm like, dude, I'm not taking like $2,000 off of this. Like, and I called his bluff. I was like, if you think you can fix it for less, like I'll pay for the inspector. You fix it. I'll pay for the inspector. The inspector gives us the all clear. I'll buy it. And then he just fires back with like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm like, all right then. So we had to walk. My wife's like looking at me with this like smile, like, yeah. The whole thing was frustrating as fuck, dude. The whole thing was frustrating as fuck. So now we're back in that game. We're just looking at houses and putting in offers, and some other dude who's trying to flip it, like buys it out from under us. But because of that, I haven't had a lot of time to like sit down at my computer and like dedicate that to like a game. So I've been playing my Switch a lot more. So I've been going back on that backlog. I started replaying Dragon Quest XI because I was super into that when I got it and I never finished it. So I picked up where I left off. I was worried because I hadn't played the game since like October.
Yeah.
And I can't just jump back into a JRPG like that, but the game has enough, like, it has a system that kind of reminds you what you just did. And enough of the game is like simple and memorable enough that I was like, okay, I'm caught back up to what we were doing.
That's what I wish most RPGs had, that, because especially like me, I'm dipping back into like, like SNES and Game Boy games, and I'm trying to play. I started Final Fantasy VI for the first time, and I'm like, there's no way that I can just put this down, pick it back up, and know exactly where I was supposed to go or what I was doing. I mean, sometimes like I don't even have to stop playing before I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, Final Fantasy Adventures, what the fuck is it called on SNES? Where I'm like, I'm near the end of that game, but I have no idea where I'm supposed to go or what I'm supposed to do. That game's bad, by the way, but I like it. It was like, what the hell was it? It was like the first Final Fantasy they ported to Super Nintendo, but they called it Final Fantasy because they didn't think Americans would like it if it was something else. So I think they called it like Final Fantasy Adventure or something like that. And
Oh, is it like super easy one that like has one party member and the
yeah,
game like throws experience and money at you?
yeah,
And they
yeah,
made it like hella easy
yeah.
specifically because like yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It has
I
a
don't know if
jump
that's what it
button.
is. Yeah, I
uh,
know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, like there's like no dialogue in that game. You'll just like run up to a person and it's like, "Hey, I got bombs. I'm joining your party," and then that's it. Like that's the conversation you have. Or like, "My dad's sick. Here's some potion. Take me to him." And it's like, "Oh, okay, fuck." Like there's like no dialogue in that game.
That's so funny to me. That's so funny.
But
Dragon Quest 11 is not like that. It's actually a good JRPG, and I
yeah,
talked about that for the podcast like back in October. Really, really good. I
yeah,
love it. As soon as I picked it back up again, the game reminded me what I was doing, and the characters are so memorable. I remember like, okay, this is what this person does, what that person does. I fucking love Sylvando. He's a fucking badass. I was super worried about him because he's like a really effeminate, like gay character. So I was like, always gonna be like that trope. But no, he's like a
oh,
badass. He's like really cool. He's really funny. He's really like upbeat. And he's like cheering everybody up. He's awesome. I love Sylvano. It's like my favorite character in Dragon Quest 11. Because you know when you have games like Enchanted Arms that do it so badly that they make them like a clown. Like I got kind of hesitant, especially when Japanese companies try to portray characters like that. But they nailed it with Dragon Quest. Like
yeah.
Sylvano's a total badass. And not just
Um,
because like, oh, he's a good in combat. No, he's like really cool. He fucking helps you out when you need it. One of your dudes get like kidnapped, and he's the first one to be like, let's go save this motherfucker. Like he's so cool. I freaking love Sylvando. If anyone like listens to this, like go play Dragon Quest 11 just for Sylvando. He's fucking awesome. Um, but yeah, dude, that's all I've been doing. I've been playing my Switch a lot because I can kind of take it between houses. If we get to a house too early, I can play for a little bit before the real estate agent gets there. So that's what I've been playing a lot. And we're gonna talk about this later in the show, but I downloaded that Capcom arcade collection specifically because it comes with 1943 and Ghosts and Goblins for free right now if you download it.
yeah.
And I
Well,
still fucking hate Ghosts and Goblins. that opinion had not changed. I thought, well, I played the NES version. I might like the arcade. No, it's still dog shit. I still hate Ghosts and Goblins.
all right. Do you want to talk about that Cat Arcade collection now or later?
Oh, fuck it. Let's do it now because I brought it up. I'm
I have
playing it.
questions. Okay, so
Yeah.
does that does it have a tate mode?
A tate mode? What are you talking about?
For it's okay, so in the arcades, most of the shooters or the the like vertical scrolling shooting games
Yeah.
had vertical, I mean, even if they weren't, because they would like reuse like the displays and boards and shit like that. So there were a bunch of games that had vertical displays. So it's called tate mode when you like, if you turn your screen vertical, it's called tate mode.
Ah, I gotcha. Yes. The vertical shooters do have a mode like that, so it changes the landscape. See if you turn your switch sideways. The only
Yeah,
problem is, and this is like a huge bummer, is that like I thought I can hold my switch sideways and it'll reorient the control to match it. You know what I mean? So I can kind of hold my switch like a cell phone and
yeah.
play like 1943 with that. You can't do that. The controls are still oriented like if you're holding it like a standard like porch like landscape view. You know what I mean?
Wait, so it doesn't like reorient the controls to like fit it?
No, it just reorients the screen. So it's
How the
really
fuck are you supposed to
weird.
play it then? See, that's
I
yeah,
guess if I like took off my Joy-Con
yeah,
and like rested my Switch against the wall,
yeah,
maybe I can do it that way. But no, it doesn't reorient the control to match it, which sucks. It'd be perfect. You know, you just take off your right Joy-Con, rotate it left, and it's perfect like that. You know, hold it like a cell phone.
yeah.
It'd be perfect, but it doesn't do that. So that sucks. I only know about that because I was watching another review on another like YouTuber did it. Shout out to JKB. If anyone listens to JKB, he was like one of the first reviews that put that game up, and I did see that, and it does not change the fucking control layout, which sucks. But it is really cool though. It comes with a ton of different Capcom arcade games. Right now, if you download it, you can get 1943, the Battle of Midway, and Ghosts and Goblins for free. Ghosts and Goblins is free up until February 26th or 24th. Whenever the new Ghosts and Goblins game comes out, it's free until then. So if you have a Switch, go check it out. Ghosts and Goblins is kind of dog shit, but I mean, free game's a free game. But no, it's pretty cool. I might check it out later to actually buy into it, because I really want to check out because they have it separated by like generations. And I want to check out their later generations. They kind of like perfected arcade games. You know what I mean? Games like Street Fighter 2, stuff like that. That's what I want to check it out for. Or like Final Fight, stuff like that.
But you have to like buy them all individually, right?
So you can buy them individually, I believe, or you can buy them. Or you can buy them in like packs. So they come in like 3 different packs, and they're like different generations of arcade games. It's really hard to explain, but when you see it, you'll know what I mean. Explain it. They sell them in packs, and those packs are based on a generation of arcade games. So like Street Fighter 2 would be, I can't remember what they called it, but it's basically when they started to perfect like the arcade game scene, and it's really cool the way they set it up. Or you can buy them individually. It's a lot cheaper to buy them all together. Yeah. But me personally, I'm not into like really old arcade games. People like to romanticize like really old arcade games. But I want to say like most arcade games like pre-90s aren't that great. Controversial opinion, but
yeah, well, some people were like nostalgic for that stuff. I mean, there was a golden era of like arcade game, and then like a lot of clones of that stuff. So like, you know, like Pac-Man would be like a golden era where it was like, yeah, you know, Pac-Man, and then you get the clones of that, or like a Donkey Kong.
But even then, like the original Donkey Kong like plays like shit. I do not like the original Donkey Kong. I can see the appeal of it, but I don't like it. I've tried playing on multiple. I don't like it, but I can see the appeal. Like, I think it's because like I grew up, you know, late 90s, early 2000s. So I'd go to like a pizza place, and they all had these like 90s arcade games. That's what I'm nostalgic for.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like, you know, Street Fighter. Well, Street Fighter 2 was like what, late 80s, I want to say, when did Street Fighter 2 come out? Fuck, when did Street Fighter 2 come out? I should know this.
I have no idea. Before my time.
1991. Oh. So it was like early 90s when it came out. So stuff like Street Fighter 2, Gauntlet. You know, I played Gauntlet a lot when I was a kid. You know, even light gun games. 51, I played that a lot. You know, more late 90s or 90s, early 2000s. Like that's my arcades. And that's what I have nostalgia. Anything like 80s and back, like it kind of feels very archaic to me. Controversial opinion, I know. That's why, like, that's how I feel. But no, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool little idea there. I would recommend checking it out just because, I mean, there's some good games in there, man. Street Fighter 2, fucking Final Fight, Warriors of Dynasty, I think is what it's called. Like, there's some really good ones in there.
You mean Dynasty Warriors?
I do not mean Dynasty Warriors. It's based on the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, but it's a side-scrolling beat-em-up. I think it's called Warriors of Fun.
Yeah, they're like Capcom has a long history that I just don't know anything about. Never been a huge fan of Capcom in general, but yeah, I know they've been in the game a long time, so it's nice to have just a collection of their backlog just in your pocket.
So I'm an idiot. It's called Warriors of Fate.
Oh.
Fucking, I know it's based on like the same like Romance of the Three Kingdoms like storyline that Dynasty Warriors is based off of. That's why I got it confused, but yeah, it's called Warriors of Fate. I always like Capcom. I have like a lot of nostalgia for Capcom specifically, not in their arcade games, but more their home releases. I think a big part is because like, my dad got me into video games, so he played a lot of Capcom growing up. So Capcom was like that seal of approval when you buy a game for his systems.
Yeah.
So I grew up playing like Resident Evil, Street Fighter, Onimusha, stuff like that, and those are some of my favorite games. But I don't know. We'll see. I might pick up some more games in that collection later. We'll have to wait and see. It's a pretty cool little release though. It was announced at the Nintendo Direct the other day, which we will talk about later in the show. Or you want to just go into it? I mean, I pretty much went over like when I'm playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go into that. This was announced at the Nintendo Direct back on February 17th, and there's a lot announced at the Nintendo Direct. First, they opened up with a new character coming to Smash Brothers, Pyra and Mithra from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which I loved and hated because when I saw the trailer, I thought it was like a Xenoblade Chronicles 2 sequel or like spinoff.
Yeah.
So I got really excited because I fucks with Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I love Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And I was like, oh, what is this? Like Pyra's missing. What's going on? We're getting a new Xenoblade game. Nope, it's her Smash Invitation trailer. And it's still cool. Don't get me wrong. I think it's cool that Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is getting some love. Pyra and Mithra look really cool. They switch back and forth between each other, kind of like what Sheik and Zelda used to do, or what the Pokemon trainer does, and they swap between Pokemon. Pyra, from what I've been seeing, what their trailer, Pyra hits harder, but she's a little bit slower, whereas Mithra is faster but doesn't hit quite as hard. And it looks really cool. I like it a lot. They definitely toned down the costume. One thing I noticed. Those costumes are not like as scandalous as it was in the original game, which I'm not surprised about because there's a lot of criticism for how the character designs were, especially for the blades in the 2. And you know, Smash Brothers is a kids game, so they gotta keep to that market. But it looks really cool. I did see a lot of discourse on Twitter though. A lot of people were like bitching that this character's coming to Smash. Did you hear about this?
Don't they always? Hambo said something about it when we were watching it live, but I'm like, don't they always? Is there always something that these guys complain about?
The big consensus that I see from people is that, oh, we got another sword character. Like, is that really like all you care about? Is it mechanically what these characters like use? Like, that's such a simple. Like, Link's a sword character, and so is like Sephiroth, but they don't play the same like at all.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the fucking problem? Minecraft guy, what's his name? Steve uses a sword, so you're gonna bitch about him too? Like, it seems like it's a superficial thing to complain about. I look at like when I see a Smash Brothers character get announced, I look at like what the character represents, like what game they're coming from. Like that excites me more than like, oh, are they gonna use a sword, a gun, or are they gonna punch? Like that seems like such a superficial thing to look at. But I'm really excited because Blade Chronicles 2 didn't get a lot of love. Like when Smash Brothers came out, we got like a Rex costume for your me, and like that's it. So it's really cool to see Xenoblade Chronicles 2 get some representation. Smash Brothers. Sakurai did say it's going to be having a direct, not a direct, like a Smash Brothers like announcement in about a week or two, showing how they're going to play, giving some more in-depth, a more in-depth look at their play style, which I'm excited for. I think it's cool, man. I think it's really cool. I'm definitely going to download that and give her a try once she drops.
Yeah, just more options for characters, even though even though she has a sword, it's a different sword. People want out of the norm characters.
See, now here's the thing that drives me crazy is like I hear a lot of inconsistencies from the fan base. Like I saw this dude complaining like, oh, you're gonna bring another like anime character into it. Like that's inherently a bad thing. But he was complaining that that he was like, oh, we should get some better characters like Crash Bandicoot. I don't want these like sword characters. I want someone like Crash Bandicoot or Daniel Fortescue from Medieval. I'm like, well, he used a fucking sword. Like, how are you gonna complain about that?
Yeah, Hamtaro in the chat mentioned, which by the way, we do this live on twitch.tv/Gameoverse. Hamtaro mentioned Banjo, and I completely forgot that Banjo was even in this fucking game.
Banjo's dope. I like Banjo, and
Yeah.
I'm looking up the Smash Brothers like fighter pass right now. But Banjo, see, people complain, oh, we got like a bunch of anime characters. Like, hold on, I'm pulling it up right now because that doesn't sound right. Maybe it is.
I don't like quote unquote anime character. Like they're not really anime character. Like Xenoblade isn't really an anime, but like it's anime bullshit inspired, definitely.
Definitely.
Like Sephiroth isn't an anime, but you know he's definitely anime style.
So here's the thing that so first off, like here's my counter argument to that. You know, anime's like it seems like a weird art style or a different art style to us, but that's just how characters are designed in Japan. So Nintendo being a Japanese company, like, is really weird that they don't look at it as like a separate art style. And if you look at the first challenge pack, we got Joker from Persona 5, Dragon Quest Hero, Banjo Kazooie, Terry Bogard from Fatal Fury, Byleth from Fire Emblem. Like, that's so cool. Like, people look at like mechanically, like, oh, we got all these anime characters, we got all these sword characters, but look at the games they're from. Like, we got Persona 5, Dragon Quest, Banjo Kazooie, Fatal Fury. Fire Emblem, gets too much love in Smash Brothers, I'll admit. Byleth should have been someone else. But then you look at the second season pass, we got Min Min from ARMS, Steve and Alex from Minecraft, Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII, which I could argue we already have that FF7 representation with Cloud. I would have rather seen like maybe Black Mage from like Final Fantasy 1 or something might be more interesting. But Sephiroth's cool, so I'll give it a pass. And then Pyra and Mithra from Xenoblade. Like, that's just a wide range of characters. Like, to harp on them because of an aesthetic or weapon choice seems kind of weird. Like, I agree. I would love to see Crash Bandicoot. But...
No, they could do Crash, because Crash is, that's Activision now.
Yeah. So they totally could do Crash. I would like to see that. But I assume it's easier to get the license for Xenoblade, monolith software property that Nintendo's partnered with, and it would be to like Crash Bandicoot from Activision.
And I mean, they could definitely do Doom Guy and Master Chief, because
they definitely could.
They've already shook the hand with Microsoft with Minecraft, so
yeah. So that's why, like, I would love to see what else they do, but I feel like harping on them is like, oh, we have too many anime characters. Oh, we have too many sword characters. Like, is that really like a bad thing? It's not. If you look at those surface level details, yeah, it's similar. But look at how, again, my Pyra and Mithra play versus how like Link plays versus how Byleth plays versus how Cloud plays versus how Sephiroth plays. They're all different characters. I'm excited for it. I love me Xenoblade Chronicles 2, so I think it's cool that these characters are coming in. I don't even mind if they tone down the costume, because honestly, I was in that camp that some of the characters were a little too overtly sexualized. But that's like a whole other thing I'm not going to get into now. But I'm excited, dude. I'm excited to see it. I'll definitely be downloading this and playing it day one, so I'll have to wait and see when it finally drops. Hopefully, once it actually drops, we'll get to play with it. We'll get like... You won't hear so much of the complaining. And plus, if you don't like it, then don't buy the character pack. You don't have to buy the whole season pass like I did. You can just buy each character individually. But I'm excited, dude. We also got some more news. We're getting some other third-party games coming to the Switch. We got Fall Guys was announced, and Outer Wilds, a little game called Outer Wilds. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It looks pretty cool. I might check it out later.
Yeah. Oh, nobody cares about that game.
I'll play it. I promise.
Which,
I'll play
by
it.
the way, during the when they showed the trailer for that, I mean, they fucking spoiled the entire game. Do not watch.
Yeah?
Like, if you care at all about playing Outer Wilds, don't watch that fucking trailer, dude. Like, don't watch anything about it. The whole point of the game is that you go in not knowing anything about it, because the whole it's the discovery that's like beautiful about it. You know, you land on a planet and you're like, what the fuck? All of that gets spoiled in this trailer. It's fucking crazy.
I want to talk about Fall Guys really quick with that. Outer Wilds looks cool. The trailer did spoil a lot, so ignore it if you care about playing it.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Fall Guys really quick. I'm surprised this game is coming to Switch because the player base dropped off quite a bit since it released.
Yeah, this will give it
we
a
had
little
high
boost.
hopes for it. Yeah, they should give it a little boost, but here's what I think they should do. They should make it like work out some deal with Nintendo and make it free for like Switch for Nintendo Online subscribers, just like for a little bit. You know, if you download in that time, it's free. I think that'll be like enough to push that back into popularity.
It should be free regardless, dude.
I agree, but that's not going to happen.
There's other free to play games that you can play and have, you know, but have the monetization of, you can buy the costumes or you can buy the emotes and shit like that. Like that's a monetization model that's proven to work.
Yeah.
I don't know why more games are not doing that. They're charging you for the game and then also doing that on top of it, which is like a scumbag move.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see like what happens with this. Because Fall Guys is a great idea. Like we talked about it. Like we had fun playing it.
Yeah.
The problem is like I think the buy-in price is too much. You know, asking to pay in for the game while still having like this seasonal microtransaction free-to-play model without the game actually being free to play. And the fact that the content updates, like their priority we talked about is aesthetics, costumes, colors, emotes, not like levels and challenges.
Hamtaro also mentions in the chat here that it must be crossplay to help with player pop. That is true. I don't think it's crossplay even right now for like PC and PS4. I don't think it's crossplay. I don't think it is. Maybe it is, but
someone fact check that for us.
Actually, no, it might be because I know they did a thing about player names. It might just be because of the Steam version. You can kind of have like bad names. They normalized they randomized all the names. So
that's good. We'll have to wait and see if this is enough to like bring that player base back up, because I do like Fall Guys. I think it's a great idea, and if they play their cards right, this could be like the next big thing. It was the next big thing for a while, but then it stopped being next big a week later.
Yeah, I think they've lost their opportunity. I think.
I think they can bring it back, dude. I think they got enough players.
The only way they can bring it back is if they go free. That's it.
I mean, Rocket Arena tried that and that.
Well, Rocket Arena, we'll talk about Rocket Arena actually coming up here pretty soon.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I know when you're going to bring it up. But we also got some other announcements. We got a Famicom Detective Club is coming. It's a remake of old Famicom point-and-click Japanese visual novels that came out like way back for the Famicom, the Japanese NES. And they're getting full remakes. These two games, The Missing Heir and The Girl Who Stands Behind, are getting full remakes with gorgeous fucking artwork. Like, holy shit.
I really like the animation of this. This is really good. Like, a lot of these visual novels don't motion like this. They don't they don't move like this, which is like, usually they just have static images that you're just staring at, but this is like way more dynamic.
Yeah, like even like Vanillaware is like the standard I hold to like 2D animation, and they still use like not sprites, not like how could I word it? They don't use like static models. They have like animation, like lips moving and breathing, but these are like fully emoting. They're animating. They're moving around. Like this is really really cool.
Yeah.
And it looks pretty dope, dude. Like I'm not a big fan of visual novels, but with this like upgrade to visual fidelity, it's enough to get me interested.
Yeah.
The games are both sold separately. They're dropping May 14th. Do they announce how much they're gonna be? Oh, $35 each.
Yep.
Which I don't mind because I shit on stuff like we'll talk about this in a little bit when like a remake or rematch is coming out and they charge like all this money for it. But I think there's enough work in these to justify it.
Yeah, these look great.
Yeah, especially like if you look at the original games, like I'm gonna put up a gameplay of the girl who stands behind in the stream chat right now. This is from another YouTube channel called Nintendo Complete. We have no affiliation with. If you look at like just scroll through it really quick, look at what that artwork looks like versus what we're getting in this remake. It's night and day, and I think at that point it is worth the $35. I don't know if there's any word if it's gonna be. I know this it's gonna have full voice acting, but I don't know if there's gonna be an English dub for it. The trailers are all in Japanese. So I don't think there's gonna be an English dub, but I don't mind it. I don't mind it that much. I can read, so I don't mind like listening to the Japanese dub. But yeah, dude, look at that. Like fucking look at the difference here with these games. Like this is definitely a huge step up, and it's worth the asking price I think for each game.
Yeah, and I think this was even a Famicom disk system. It wasn't even like normal Famicom. So like a lot of people probably didn't know this existed, and if they did, they probably never even got to play it.
Yeah, so those of you who like, have had a chance to play it, well, here you go, man. Here's your chance to try it out now. We also got an announcement that Samurai Warriors 5 is coming to Switch. Dude, Koei Tecmo, the team that does the Moose Out games, they've had a great relationship with Nintendo over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
They got a bunch of games coming over. Even when the Wii U came out, if you guys remember that Moose Out crossover game, what was it? Warrior Orochi 3? Like that launched with the Wii U, people seem to forget. And that was like this huge like Moose Out crossover. And then we got the other games. We got freaking Hyrule Warriors, Fire Emblem Heroes is another one that they did. And now we have Samurai Warriors 5, which I thought was a port of an existing game, but no, this is the next Samurai Warriors game, and it was announced for the Switch. Like that's crazy to me.
Oh, I thought this was on PlayStation already.
If it is, I couldn't find it. I also didn't like look that hard. So
yeah, I don't know. I thought it was, but maybe it is new.
I keep seeing Dynasty Warriors 5 when I look up PlayStation, but if you look up Samurai Warriors 5 like PlayStation, I'm not finding it on any other systems. If there's someone out there who can like fact check us, let us know if I'm wrong, but I am not seeing Samurai Warriors 5 anywhere else. Even if you go on Koei Tecmo's website, like they're just listing like the Switch. Oh, here we go. There is a PS4 like icon here. So it is coming to it, but it got announced like at the Switch show, which is crazy. Yeah.
Do people like this game?
It's Dynasty Warriors, but instead of like being based in China and the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, it's based off of Japanese history and Nobunaga's ambition.
Yeah.
That whole like historical story. So I say historical story, but it happened. That's a thing that happened. So it's the Japanese version of Dynasty Warriors, the best way to look at it. I don't know if people like it. I don't think it's as popular as Dynasty Warriors, but it's still developed by Omega Force, the same guys who've made all those games. So it is cool to see. I've been playing. So my Dynasty Warriors experience is very limited. I played Dynasty Warriors 3 on PlayStation 2, or was it 4? I can't remember. It was so fucking long ago. And then fast forward to Hyrule Warriors, and then Age of Calamity. Like, that's my Omega Force experience.
Wow.
So yeah, so I like them. I think they're fun games. I'm not like a huge Uber fan of them, but I like them. I never played Samurai Warriors, but this looks like a lot of fun. If it has the same like mechanical depth that I see in Age of Calamity, which it's not a very deep game, but it's a lot deeper than like what I expected from a hack and slash Dynasty War. We might have something fun there with Samurai Warriors 5. We'll have to wait and see. The game hasn't come out yet. According to their website, there is going to be a game introduction and release the announcement February 25th. So in about 5 more days, Koei Tecmo will be releasing an actual game intro and statement. And their website does say it has logos for Switch, PS4, Steam, and Xbox. So it is coming to multiple systems. Looks like they just announced it at the. But I'm excited. It looks really cool, man. I'm kind of like looking at anything that they're putting out because of Age of Calamity. I got that itch now. The only thing I can scratch it is me fucking up like 1,000 dudes. But no, that's my take on it. Do you have any opinions on Samurai Warriors? Do you ever play any Dynasty Warriors games?
I played most of them. I played most of them.
Oh, wow.
Well, I had a friend who was like into them, and I didn't really get into it until he showed me the co-op modes in like, I don't remember which one it was, but it was like one of the PS2 ones we were playing, and like we jumped in on co-op, and I was like, we kind of strategized a bit. We were like, okay, I'm gonna go down here and take out this encampment, and then you go over there and take out that encampment, and then we sweep together like this, then we can catch them, we can corner them. And I was like, oh, you know what? That's like you kind of have to do that, because there's like moments in the game where it'll like, well, depending on what mission you're doing, there's moments where it'll kind of like throw more stuff at you, or be like, hey, this encampment's on fire, you got to defend them. And
yeah,
I don't know, if you're like strategizing a bit more, you can kind of take on different scenarios like that. But
yeah, and there's a lot of emphasis on like efficiency that the game's trying to stress. Even though you're at its core, you're slicing and dicing through dudes, you gotta do it efficiently and do your objectives at the time.
Yeah, the ones I don't like. Here's the ones that I don't like are the ones where they're in Japanese still. Like all the audio's in Japanese. So like if you're trying to at all to get to the story, which I don't really mess with the story at all, but it's impossible even if you wanted to, because all the audio's in Japanese, which means you have to read everything, but there's no fucking way you're going to read all this text that's happening, which is happening constantly, by the way. Like yes, people never fucking stop talking. And sometimes your objectives are like mixed in with that, while at the same time you're trying to like defend things and hack and slash things, and
yeah, it's a lot to off of the first Hyrule Warriors, because in true Zelda fashion, nobody talks.
Yeah. So like they'll sit, your objective will pop up on the side in text, but like you're not paying attention to that. You're just worried about killing shit that's like directly in front of you, and like a lot of times you'll like fail the mission and you don't even know why. And
that's something I totally forgot about as an issue. Yeah. Luckily, Age of Calamity doesn't have that problem. Like Breath of the Wild, everyone's fully voice acted. So
yeah.
That's not a problem in Age of Calamity. Samurai, I don't know anything about Samurai Warriors 5. That's gonna have like a Japanese English voice track. I guess we'll find out when they do their full intro on the 25th. But yeah. I'm excited, dude. It looks cool. We also got a look at Legend of Mana is coming to the Switch June 24th. Those of you who don't know, the Mana games are a series of Japanese RPGs, action Japanese RPGs. And it looks like Legend of Mana, which I don't know the story behind this one. Is it just that it never came to the States? Is that the whole
It's situation? It's the PlayStation version. PS1. Okay. Which like we don't have to talk about all these, by the way.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
they showed this. It's coming. Looks like a good
Yeah, it's
update.
coming. We got another look at Monster Hunter Rise, which I'm excited for. Might not be able to pick up day one because I'm house shopping, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can pick it up when that drops. We'll have to wait and see. They showed off some more monsters. I saw the Basarios is in the game. This weird spider thing I've never seen before is in the game. I'm excited for it. It looks really cool. I played the demo. I liked it a lot. I might not be able to play it day one, but we'll have to wait and see when it comes out. It is set to drop March 26th, so that's something you guys can be excited for. If I pick it up, I'll probably end up streaming it, to be honest, because I love me some Monster.
Yeah.
And my whole family's into it, so they're picking it up day one. So if I pick it up late, I gotta fucking grind to catch up. We also got a new announcement. We got Mario Golf Super Rush coming out, which is like a weird like golf RPG with Mario characters.
I didn't really get
that right?
RPG out of it. It looks more traditional than that. Like, remember that tennis game they put out, that Mario Tennis game?
I thought there was like an RPG aspect with like the Mii's and stuff. Yeah, because there's a story mode with.
There's a story mode. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get a Mii character and level them up and build up their stats. It looks cool. I'm not a golf fan at all, so even if you put Mario in, I'm still not going to buy it. But for those of you who I guess this game is made for, who like Mario and both have the patience for golf.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of people don't like golf, or like sports in general, and they always like make it fun with these Mario games. So
I just don't like golf as a sport. I don't think golf. I'm sure it's fun to play, but I don't think it's fun to watch. And I fucking tried, dude. I tried. I had a buddy who's really into golf. He works at a golf course here in Arizona, and he plays all the time. And he invited me to watch like some championship, like golf league game, like the end of like some golf league championship.
Oh yeah, I would never watch golf.
Yeah,
I mean,
fucking boring.
It's something you gotta.
Like, I went over
well, the best thing about
it.
golf is not like people don't play golf because they have fun playing golf. They have fun getting drunk as fuck and like driving the carts around. Like that's golf.
I can do that at home. I got a car. I got alcohol. I can do that here.
Yeah, well, you do it. You can do it out on the green, swatting balls around, and like, I mean, what sucks is if you have someone who like is actually there to play golf, and they're like, "Hey, you're fucking holding up the line, asshole." Like that's not fun. It's when someone rushes you, but.
But if you guys want to check it out, it's coming out June 25th. Kind of weird because Nintendo kind of ignored Mii's for a little bit. I think the last thing that they did that had Mii's involved was like Smash Brothers. I don't think they've had anything involving. But it'll be cool to see this come out June 25th. Maybe we'll get some more games to make the Mii feature worth it. We also got Tales from the Borderlands is coming to the Switch March 24th. So that's really cool. We did talk about how last week that game is coming back to storefronts, and now it's coming out for the first time on a Nintendo system. So that's cool. All of you who want to check that out. Capcom Arcade Stadium got announced, which we talked about earlier. Now here's something I want to talk about a little bit. Stubbs the Zombie is coming to Switch.
Yeah.
But it's not like a remake or like a remaster. It's just like a port of that game, right?
Yeah. So yeah, it's just that game. Which is fine.
Played Stubbs the Zombie, so everyone tells me it's a great everyone tells me it's like a really cool, fun, like hidden gem that nobody played.
Yeah.
It might be cool to check out. It's coming out March 16th. I have no idea how much it's going to cost, but I doubt it's going to be more than like $20.
Yeah.
We also got a trailer for No More Heroes 3, which looks fucking insane, dude. Like this, No More Heroes has always had this like weird, like, you know what I'm talking about. It's like a weird fucking Grasshoppers is weird as shit.
Yeah.
And this game looks crazy. The action looks a lot better than we had in the earlier No More Heroes games. I'm playing No More Heroes 1 right now, and I can play that game in spurts, dude. It's not fun to play, but it's really interesting how I can describe it. Um,
There's a part where they go, which had me fucking worried, where they say like, yeah, just getting to the boss is not enough. You got to do some extra bullshit to, like, you remember when they said that?
yeah, this you gotta do like God, what was it, like odd jobs around town to like get to the boss, which is something the first game did,
So get ready to kick some
and it's kind of a pain in the ass.
that you can kick.
Yeah.
Anyway, it all makes sense when normal
We'll have to wait and see what it comes out. I'm definitely gonna wait till the reviews come in to see what it says. It's not coming out till like fucking August, so we got some time to wait. But I mean, we'll wait and see, man. This is something I want to talk about next because I know like you have kind of an opinion on collectible card games, but Neon White got
Yeah.
announced from the same developers that did Donut Country or Donut County.
So I really, I really, okay. So this game looks badass, right?
Yeah, it's like an arena shooter, like an arena shooter like Doom, but with cards instead of like traditional weapons. But the cards are your weapons. So,
Yeah, the cards are the weapons. So I'm like, I mean, instead of putting a card, they could have just put the weapon there, and it would be the same, I imagine. But it looks like the kind of game. I said this when we were doing when we were watching it live. I said it looks like the kind of game I want a keyboard and mouse for. So like, I'm hoping it comes to
PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It looks dope though.
Yeah, it looks badass. Just like it looks like an action shooter, platformer, fast paced type of thing. It almost looks like it looks like Ghost Runner. Is that game?
Oh
Where
yeah,
it's like,
I
it looks like
definitely
if you
see
get
that.
hit, like it looks like a one hit death kind of thing. So you have to like do all your movements perfectly and time
Yeah,
everything out and strategize a little of like
yeah.
how you're
There's
going to
still
use
like
your cards.
exactly. There's still a lot behind it that I don't know about. Hopefully, the game's set to come out in winter, so hopefully we'll get like a more in-depth like look at it. We can see like what the game's trying to do, what it should be. Hopefully, we can see that come winter this year. So I
Yeah.
have more of an opinion on it. But so far, like I'm sold on it, dude. It looks cool. So far, I'm sold on it. It looks really dope. I'll have to wait and see what else they announce. I know that seems to be like the fucking catchphrase. Really, there a lot of these were announcements without too much to show off. So a lot of these we do have to wait and see what happens. We also got an announcement for DC Superhero Girls Team Power. That's coming out June 4th. I guess that looks okay if you like DC Superhero Girls. Tara
Also
Strong
said
is in it. She's voicing Batgirl. So if you like Tara Strong, there you go.
everyone likes Terra Strong. But like this looks like a game that doesn't get made anymore, and I like it for that. Like just like a real
shovelware, shovelware.
yeah, it's like a real like PS2 GameCube era of like licensed game that you just don't see anymore because they're all on mobile now.
Yeah, I hear you. So like that does look pretty cool, but I mean the Switch is kind of a mobile console for being honest here.
Yeah.
What else we got? Sorry, I just got off the thing here. Oh, we also got Plants vs Zombies Battle for Neighborville Complete Editions coming March 19th. So if you like those Plants vs Zombie shooters, there you go, man. Some good news for you.
Very
That's
nice.
coming out. Yeah.
Seems like EA loves the Switch now.
When the Wii U came out, they were talking so much shit about it, and the Switch too. They're pretty much like
Yeah.
acknowledging like, yeah, we don't have any plans to work with the Switch at all. And then they're like, oh, but it makes money.
Yeah. So they've got games for us now.
We also got Miitopia coming out. That's coming out May 21st. It looks kind of like what was that fucking Me game that came out back on the 3DS? You know what I'm talking about?
It was Miitopia. So like
It was Miitopia. Okay.
I think that was like a $40 game on 3DS as well. Like
yeah.
I think this is that same game. I think, which I didn't play that game, but like I know 3DS had like a bunch of like the Spot Pass stuff, which this reminds me of a lot. But yeah, this game is I I don't know what plans they have for this, or like what how they're gonna extend this out. But yeah, this game was on 3DS, and I'm not sure how well it did there, but I don't know. Looks interesting. Looks like it could be interesting. I have to we'll have to see how it turns out. But I don't know. Yeah, because you mentioned earlier, like they're trying to, like, I don't know, it's just like this resurgence for the me that they've been ignoring for so long. So
Yeah. So
actually, people found out that the a lot of the NPCs in the Breath of the Wild were based on, like, they were like converted me characters.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember hearing about that. That was really cool.
Yeah.
And someone like modded it so you could like port your own Miis into Breath of the Wild, which is neat. I like that a lot. Yeah, I hope there is this research on it. Hopefully, like an evolution of the Miis, you know, something a little bit more detailed. Like
I doubt it, but
I would love to see that, like a Mii, like a Breath of the Wild styled like Mii maker would be cool.
yeah, I doubt, maybe, but I mean,
Maybe.
there's because, like, it's kind of like they're like still there, even though they're not like surfacing it anymore. Kind of like how, like, Xbox still has the dumbass avatars.
Yeah.
Which, like, mine is still like wearing like a snake outfit and has like Nerf guns and shit, which is pretty cool. But like, you don't get to see it anywhere though.
Yeah. We also got an announcement that there's a bunch of Mario stuff coming to Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
That's really cool to see. I wasn't expecting that. They dropped a ton of stuff, dude. Mario costumes, Mario plants, warp pipes, working warp pipes to put in your Animal Crossing island. Bunch of cool shit. I think it's cool. My wife, kind of indifferent. She's like, "Oh, that's neat." I'm not gonna let it fuck up my island, but it's cool that it's there. We also got this game was really interesting to me. We got Project Triangle Strategy.
Yeah.
Which I thought was Octopath Traveler 2.
Well,
But
it
it's
might as well
not.
be.
It might as well be. It's the same. They say it's the latest in their HD 2D series. So it's the same team art style that did Octopath Traveler. But instead it looks more like a strategy RPG, not too dissimilar to like Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah.
But it has this really neat like rock, paper, scissors like aspect to it. Like you can like they showed something in a scene where what was it? They dropped down like a block of ice, and then someone else casted fire and melted it, and someone else casted like lightning on it and electrified everyone that's standing in the water. It was really cool. I really, really like that. So it'd be really cool to see what they develop with it. And they promise that the game's going to have this conviction system where you make choices that affect the whole country in the game. Might be neat to check out. I played Octopath Traveler. I liked it. I want to see what they do with this more strategy RPG style. I'm not a huge fan of strategy RPGs, but this might be enough to get me into it. They did announce a demo out already. Yeah.
What do you think has dumber names now? RPGs or fighting games?
I'm gonna still say RPGs because the Kingdom Hearts series is an RPG, and those are some dumb fucking names. You can say all you want about like Ultra Street Fighter 2 and Super Street Fighter 2, but when your fucking games get decimals in them, that's a stupid fucking name.
Yeah, but there's also Under Night in Birth EXE Clear or some shit like that.
Yeah, but there's also Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue. I just read that fucking name right now. That's on my goddamn shelf. And there's Bravely Default, which a great game, dumb fucking name.
Yeah.
Bravely Default is a dumb fucking name.
Yeah. But Triangle Strategy looks cool. They're not going to change that name. I mean, if Octopath Traveler is anything to go by, they're just going to keep the same name.
Octopath 2.
Yeah.
Like I played it. I still liked it. I never finished it for reasons that I want to get into now. But dumb fucking name. There is a demo for Project Triangle Strategy. So if you guys listening want to check it out, there's an option to check it out. I might look it up in a little bit just to see what it's like. What else did we get announced? Oh god, there's so much stuff to go over. Star Wars Hunters got announced. We know nothing about it. It just shows like a quick teaser saying it's happening. It's supposed to be a free-to-play squad-based shooter, but it's developed by Zynga. Those of you who don't know who that is, the Farmville guys.
Yeah.
So that's a thing. And then here's something Wasabi wanted to talk about. We got Knockout City. Yes, you did. You got Knockout City.
So this game looks it looks like it could be interesting. First of all, like when the trailer came up, all the characters look like very legally
royalty free.
So that's one thing it has going for it, and then the other thing it has going for it is that it looks a lot like another fucking EA game, EA published game that we know and love as Rocket Arena. And I'm like, okay, like, are they just like
repackaging it?
Yeah, I mean, it's like different. It's a dodgeball game, right? But it's still, it's still like you got that one shot, and it's like a team-based thing, one shot, and it's very reminiscent of Rocket Arena.
It is very reminiscent of Rocket Arena. It looks cool,
it looks cool, but so did Rocket Arena. And the fate of that game was they tried to charge $30 for something that was extremely bare bones and was riddled with microtransactions and shit like that. And
they didn't find an audience. Mistake, and then they dropped it down to like $5.
Yeah,
and then it officially went free to play. Knockout City looks pretty interesting. I think it looks interesting. I do want to check it out. They haven't announced yet if it's going to have a price tag, if it's free to play, have they?
I don't think so. But it needs it needs to be free. Like no one's gonna buy this, dude. I mean, some suckers will buy it, like fucking my dumb ass, but no one's gonna buy this shit. It's so much like Rocket Arena because it even has the fucking feature where if you're about to get hit, you can hit the counter button.
Yeah,
it's so much like Rocket Arena, dude. It's so much like.
I'll have to wait and see when it comes out, man. I want to see what they do with it. I'll have to wait and see when it comes out. No announcement yet, no release date yet, not even a price tag yet. So, oh no, there's an announcement, May 21st.
Yeah, it has a date.
We also have World's End Club, which is developed by the NIS America and Izanagi Games. It's the same team that did Danganronpa, right? Am I making that?
Yeah, these are Danganronpa guys, so they know how to write a story. They're always weird, and it's always a bunch of kids who are in turmoil. So I'm
this one's no different. Yeah. What makes this one interesting though is that it's a visual novel with platforming elements. It's like a platformer.
Yeah.
Which is something I never thought would ever happen in my lifetime. It looks pretty interesting though. I definitely want to check this out. It looks really cool. That is set to release on May 28th. So keep an eye open, man. This might be worth checking out. We also got an announcement of a Hades physical release, which has got me fucked up because I'm you still haven't released it on PlayStation or Xbox.
Yep.
But I fucking love me some Hades. And I'm tempted to spend money on a physical copy because I really want that art book.
Yeah, but you can probably just like get the art book from somewhere. I'm sure
That's true. It also comes with like a soundtrack and
you can get the soundtrack already.
yeah. Oh, excuse me. It looks good though. It's got a full artwork, full hardcover artwork book, which looks fucking beautiful. And then we got, you know, the soundtrack it comes with, plus, you know, a physical copy of the game. I fucking saw that and I was like, my wife was watching with me and I was like, ooh, I want it. And she was like, you just fucking bought that game. But yeah, I want it. I want it so bad, but I can't, in my mind, I can't justify spending money on a game I already bought again.
Yeah.
Or the same fucking system I already own it on. I can't can't. But it looks cool though. If you guys haven't played Hades yet, fucking it was our second place game of the year for 2020.
Yeah.
The game's fucking phenomenal. It's so good, so much fun. Go play it. Like we haven't talked about this game. We talked about this game enough on the show. Go check it out if you haven't tried it. If you haven't tried it, don't even wait for the physical release. Just get it now. It's so good. We also got an announcement that a $20 season pass was coming for Age of Calamity. But I don't think they announced anything for the game, just that they're doing the season pass. Right? Like I don't think they announced any like new content yet.
Well, they said what would be in it, but it's like all like you skipped Ninja Gaiden, but they said
Oh, I did? My bad. Let's go back to Ninja Gaiden after this. But oh well, they have like a roadmap where they showed off like weapons, but it's all very vague. Like May 28th, they're gonna have a new added weapon for Link, a new costume for Link. June, we're gonna have an expanded roster, new weapon types, new challenges, and new enemy.
yeah.
Wave
That's
2
why
is November. We're gonna have new character vignettes, new stages, expanded roster, new battle skills for existing characters. Like, what does that mean? You know?
yeah. That's why I'm
Like, it
like,
looks
this is
cool.
what counts. This counts as a fucking expansion pass. Expansion. Use the word expansion too. You didn't use DLC. You used expansion. You say expansion, I'm thinking like, oh, it's gonna be a whole nother thing.
Like the home story, yeah. Which they might, because they did say new stages, expanded roster, so we might be getting like new story stuff. But I mean, I don't want to be a dick, but yes, I do want to be a dick. Fucking everyone wants to shit on EA with good reason. Everyone wants to shit on EA Star Wars games with good reason. But Fallen Order added new weapons, new costumes, new challenge maps for free. So,
Yeah.
you know, just saying. We'll have to wait and see what Nintendo does with Age of Calamity. It's only $20, but I'm gonna hold back until I see what is coming out with it. I do like Age of Calamity. I'm playing it quite a bit right now, but I'm gonna have to wait and see what we're getting with this expansion.
Yeah.
Because
You know,
fucking the first
Nintendo's
Hyrule
new to
Warriors
this,
is like a whole
so
new story. Yeah. Well, I mean, not that new, dude. The first Hyrule Warriors had an expansion, and that was like, oh, here's a new campaign. That's like a sequel to the campaign you just beat. And
yeah.
we're gonna add in like Toon Link and that whole series of games. So we'll have to wait and see what they do with it. I know I keep saying that this show, but a lot of this is we'll have to wait and see what happens.
You say that every show, really.
I do. I'll try to cut it back. I'll buy a fucking dictionary and try to change what I say. We do have a new I did skip this. Ninja Gaiden Master Collection is coming to Switch. Which pretty big fucking deal. Ninja Gaiden hasn't come out on the new Ninja Gaiden games, at least haven't been on a Nintendo system yet. Except for there's that Ninja Gaiden Book of Shadows that came out on the DS, but we don't fucking count that. This is the updated version, the Sigma version of Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2, plus like the Wii U version with all the DLC for Ninja Gaiden 3, Razor's Edge. It looks cool, man. I mean, I haven't played Ninja Gaiden in like a decade. So, oh, excuse me. I haven't played Ninja Gaiden in ages, so I kind of want to try my hand at it. I like action games. I love me some Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
Everyone tells me Ninja Gaiden's harder than Devil May Cry, so that'll be kind of fun to get into.
Definitely.
Those of you who don't know, this is coming to the PS4 as well. Even though Nintendo announced it at their show, there is a trailer up that came out the same day for PS4.
Yeah, I think it's hitting everything.
Yeah, so it's not just a Nintendo exclusive. In fact, what's cool is that the trailer for the PS4 version is like very different from the Nintendo one. It's a lot more violent than the Nintendo one, which is really funny. Toof will be happy. Yeah, Toof will be happy. He loves Ninja Gaiden. So that'll be cool when he sees this coming out. I'm excited for it, dude. Like, I know I keep repeating myself, but I am excited for it. I love me some Ninja Gaiden. That's coming out June 10th. I'm probably gonna pick that up when it drops.
If I can just buy those first 2 games, I'd like that.
So everyone shits on the third
fucking
game,
trash.
but from what I've been told, the Wii U version of it, which is the one that we're getting for this Master Collection, is the best version of it. And it added back
the best version of a pile of shit is still a pile of shit.
Well, what makes the third one a pile of shit?
It just fucking like
complained. Because a lot of people complain like, oh, it sucks. Like, there's no body dismemberment, which they brought back with the Wii U version with Razor's Edge. Oh, there's not enough story content. Yeah, they did. They brought back the body dismemberment for Ninja Gaiden 3 with the Razor's Edge version. People were like, oh, there's not enough story content. Well, they added more playable characters for it. So, for what everyone tells me, like, it's actually like a whole like revamp of Ninja Gaiden 3, and it's actually like good. It's actually worth playing. But it came out in the Wii U, so nobody fucking played it.
Yeah, well, we'll see if it's any good. Because I don't know. It was easy as dick too.
I actually own Ninja Gaiden 3 on Wii U. I played it for like an hour, and I was like, this game kicked my ass. I was also like, God, I think I was like 19, 20 when that came out.
Yeah.
It was like a while ago.
It was significantly easier than the first 2. I'll say that.
I still got my ass kicked in that one, and I played the first one on Xbox, and I liked it. And I did play Sigma on PS3, and I liked it. I remember getting pretty far in it. But
well, Sigma, they made easier.
Did they?
Sigma, they made every time they re-released that game, they made it easier than it was before. That I do remember.
They made it harder.
I played Ninja. I played the originals on Xbox, and like.
Yeah,
I remember when Sigma came out, they added a bunch of save points and shops all over the place.
Right. Yeah. The combat's still hard as dick, but like it's more forgiving.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. That comes out June 10th. I'm probably gonna pick it up. I'm just debating if I'm gonna get it on Switch or PS4. I guess it depends on how it runs. I mean, it's a pretty old game, so I assume the Switch could run it fine. We'll have to see. Again, we'll have to wait and see what the reviews say. But I'll probably end up picking it up on Switch. We also got a release date for Bravely Default 2. That's coming out February 26th. So this month, that's really soon. I love me from some Bravely Defaults, but there's so many games coming out. It's gonna be between that and Monster Hunter, and honestly, Monster Hunter's probably gonna win. But I will pick up Bravely Default 2 eventually. We also got Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection that's coming out February 25th. I fucking hate Ghosts and Goblins, so I'm probably gonna skip that. We also got Saga. I mean, I don't know.
Multiplayer.
I'll let you play it and tell me how it is. But I'm probably gonna skip it. I've tried. I've given Ghosts and Goblins so many chances. I just don't like those games, dude. We also got Saga Frontier Remastered. That's a PS1 RPG, right?
Yeah.
That's coming out with, I think there's some new story elements to it, a new protagonist, a new function to speed through battles, and some new story stuff. God, there's so much shit that this game added onto it. So if you were like a huge fan of Saga Frontier, here you go. Here's like the definitive version. It came out like 20 years later. And this has been leaked quite a lot, but we got an official announcement that Apex Legends is coming for the Switch March 9th. Which how is that gonna play, dude? Like,
Overwatch is already on there. Fucking what was that other Overwatch like game is on there?
oh yeah.
So there's competitive shooters on this thing that, I mean, if you really wanted to trounce people, just load them up on Switch and play those guys, play those kids.
So we got Skyward Sword HD is coming to Switch with updated controls, an actual option to play with actual controls, not motion controls. Honestly, I don't want to sound like a dick, but it doesn't look that much better than what came out on the Wii. That's probably like my bias speaking, because the game, regardless of what people think about Breath of the Wild, or not Breath of the Wild, Skyward Sword, I thought Skyward Sword was a fun game. And graphically, it's a fucking beautiful game too. So maybe that's just a testament to how good the game looks.
Yeah, it's a fun game. It just takes a very long time to get to the fun. Like the opening tutorial is a very like Kingdom Hearts 2 levels of like,
yeah,
let's get to the action already. So
yeah, it does a lot trying to get to Fee. The game doesn't really take off until you get Fee and you leave Skylock, which does take hours. But it's still a fun game. It's a fun Zelda game with phenomenal dungeon design. I think this might be some of the best dungeon design Zelda's ever done.
Yeah.
But nobody fucking wants to admit that because motion controls are bad because Eagle Raptor says they are.
I like
they're fine. I don't know why people complain about them. I thought they were fine.
I like the Twilight Princess dungeons a lot. Like those were like kind of like the first time in a while where I was like, I got stuck in a Zelda game where I was like, what the fuck do I do? What, like, these puzzles are like, the puzzles were so good in that game that like you actually had to think about them for a second.
I liked the environments for Skyward Sword. Like there's a forest dungeon, which people give the game a lot of shit because you go back to some of those dungeons, but they added whole new elements to them. Like there's that forest dungeon you play through at the beginning of the game, and you come back a couple dungeons later, and it's like flooded. So it's the same dungeon you went through, but now there's new puzzles because there's water filling up the place. Like little things like that, I think are really cool.
Yeah.
Or in the desert, you're like literally changing what time period you're. That's really cool, man. I really like that about it. People don't give it enough credit. People just complain like, "Oh, the motion controls are bad. The motion controls are less than perfect, so the whole game's awful." But I think the game's great, and I'm excited that this is coming out because now those people who complain about the motion controls shut the fuck up and actually enjoy what there is to offer on this game.
It was funny because when Aonuma came out, he was like, hey, since you're seeing me, you're probably expecting to hear about that new hotness, right? Psych, motherfucker.
He was straight up like, hey, since you're seeing me, you probably think I'm going to talk about Breath of the Wild too. I'm not.
But we got something better for you. Skyward Sword. And I was like, no. But I don't know. What upsets me more is that there's no fucking, where the fuck is Wind Waker and Twilight Princess? Like it's still not on the Switch.
Right? Like you'd think Wind Waker would be easy to port because there's not a lot to fuck around with it, you know? Like
both of them, both of those games came out on Wii U.
They did, you're right. I forgot. You would think it wouldn't be that hard to port. What they should have done is done like that Mario collection, but with Zelda, and just had done like Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and Skyward Sword. I would have been happy with it. But they didn't. And Skyward Sword HD is going to be dropping for $60, which fucking really? Are you serious?
I also like that when they go into talking about like how important Skyward Sword is to Breath of the Wild. They was like, listen, motherfuckers, I know you really want that Breath of the Wild too, but look here, fucking that game wouldn't exist if we didn't have a glider and a stamina meter in Skyward Sword, dumbasses. So you better appreciate this. And I was like, man, that's a weird way to justify.
Here's my problem with Nintendo, and it's their problem with like Zelda. They overcorrect I feel like when it comes to fan feedback. Like, you remember when Wind Waker got announced and people were like, I hate this game. It looks like a cartoon. And then they were, okay, let's do Twilight Princess. And they made it like this really grim, dark, like Zelda game. And people were like, it's too much like Ocarina of Time. Change it. Not enough motion controls. Why did I buy a Wii if you're not going to do motion controls? And they released Skyward Sword. And they're like, there's too much story in here. It's too linear. And they released Breath of the Wild. And their main complaint is like the dungeons kind of suck, which I agree. Breath of the Wild's great, but the dungeons kind of suck.
Yeah.
I think Breath of the Wild, controversial opinion, I think Breath of the Wild has the weakest dungeons in the game of any Zelda game.
I mean, it only has
Breath of the Wild.
It only has 3 of them, and they're optional. So,
which is so frustrating, and they all look this very same ugly mechanical design. Which is why, like, I love Skyward Sword, because the dungeons are so good. But nobody wants to talk about that because they don't like the motion controls. Well, I'm excited for this. I don't want to shit talk it too much. I am excited for this, and I am excited for Breath of the Wild too. I just feel like Nintendo builds these different experiences. Not one Zelda game I feel works off what came before it. Like, they do so much to change and course correct the next game that... you can
sometimes they like what they did. I still think like Ocarina of Time is probably the best when it comes to building off of the previous. Because if you think about like, well, even A Link to the Past, like, so like the first game, the very first Zelda was, you know, very traditional. It was flat. So when Link to the Past came out, they were able to like stack elements on top of each other, and like there were a lot of puzzles in that game that were like stacked. So you had to like fall into a hole, and then you'd end up like on top of something.
Yeah.
And then they carried that into Ocarina of Time, which had the 3D element. So not only were things stacked, but you could also look around and see that they were stacked in like the 3D environment and go, okay, here's how I puzzle this out to get on top of there. So like I think they kind of do like learn from their previous endeavors and kind of like mix things into even A Link Between Worlds. Purple Nugget Comics in the chat, what's up? Even A Link Between Worlds kind of takes some of those elements and even adds on to that a little bit.
But when you get to their 3D games, like, they're so quick to course. I don't want to shit on Zelda. I like Zelda. I don't think there's a objectively bad Zelda game, at least in their main title. Objectively. You could argue about their spin-offs all day, but I think if you look at like their main console games, objectively they're all pretty good, especially if you look at like the time they came.
Even the handheld ones.
Even the handheld ones are good. The only ones I would say are shitty are like Link's Crossbow Training, but I don't think anyone really expected that to be a good game.
Yeah.
Well, I want to play Skyward Sword again. I mean, I am excited this is happening. Even if I think $60 is too much to charge for it, but we'll Nintendo's going to do what Nintendo's.
Yeah.
I do like it. I'm probably going to pick it up when it comes out. Maybe not day one, but I will be picking it up eventually. We also got a trailer for Splatoon 3.
Yep.
Not too much to go off there. Just Splatoon 3's happening. Really weird, like, art house style trailer that I was not expecting for that game, but whatever.
It's consistent with the style that they usually have, I think. But
I totally skipped Splatoon 2, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's consistent.
Okay. It looks cool. I mean, I skipped Splatoon 2, which I probably shouldn't have. Everyone tells me how good it is, so I might pick up Splatoon eventually.
Yeah, they're good games. Yeah. I don't really I don't really stick around for them long term. Like, they're fun in the moment, and then I kind of just move on.
Yeah, I played like excuse me. I played Splatoon 1 on the Wii U almost really consistently for like about a month, and I stopped
Yeah.
Which sucks because they do have this emphasis like, oh, we're going to keep adding updates to the game, so you should stick with it. But I didn't. That's my fault. But Splatoon 3, it'd be cool to see that from the beginning, get into it, probably get my ass kicked by a bunch of kids. But Nintendo doesn't have voice chat, so no one's going to say they fuck my mom up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the thing. That's the thing about this fucking game is that it's a team-based game where you can't fucking communicate with your team. Yeah. A huge emphasis on team as well. Like the teams who can actually get together and like can coordinate with each other, and like you can tell that they're on like Discord or something, because it's very much a game about making moves as a team. So I don't know if hopefully they'll have a solution for that. I mean, the game is an entire year away. It's a 2022 game, so hopefully they'll have a solution by then.
That's it for the Nintendo Direct. Literally like 2 days later, a day later, we got BlizzCon happened, which totally caught me by surprise. I totally forgot BlizzCon was a thing that's happening.
Yeah, they had Hodor was the DJ.
Yep. Which, fun fact, he is a DJ. He was actually DJing before he was acting. We got some pretty cool stuff announced, man. Stuff I never thought we'd see Blizzard revisiting. The Blizzard Arcade Collection was one of the first things they opened up with, which is a collection of these old like Blizzard arcade games. Lost Vikings, Rock and Roll Racing, Blackthorn. If these names don't sound familiar, that's totally fine. It's not familiar to a lot of people. These are like really older, obscure games.
They're not really obscure. So they're like...
I wouldn't say they're popular either.
They're like, not popular, but like if you know Blizzard, then you should know these games. They call it the Arcade Collection, but I'm pretty sure these are all SNES games. I mean, I could be wrong.
I think Rock and Roll Racing was arcade, but I think Blackthorn was SNES. I don't know. It looks neat. It's coming out on fucking everything. We got Switch, PS4, Xbox One, PC. So that'll be cool to see if you're like a Blizzard diehard. You gotta play these old Blizzard games. Here you go. It's a way to do it. We also got World of Warcraft Shadowlands, Chains of Domination. So correct me if I'm wrong. Shadowlands is like a World of Warcraft expansion, right?
Yeah. So this has two colons in it.
Yeah. So this is like an expansion to Shadowlands. Am I reading that correctly?
Yeah, it has two colons in it, which is I believe is like a sin in when it comes to writing.
It's a sin when it comes to marketing too, because you're fucking honest and know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bullshit. I don't know World Warcraft lore. So if someone wants to explain this to me, you can do it. I'm not gonna read it, but I've never played a Warcraft game. I'm just not an MMO guy. I've talked about this a lot on the podcast. I'm not an MMO guy. So World of Warcraft is like not something that interests me. But here we go, man. We got an expansion to an expansion. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yep, here it is. World of Warcraft Shadowlands. It's the first update. The update to an expansion. That's like Final Fantasy X-2 or 13-2. But whatever. We also got WoW Classic Burning Crusade. So World of Warcraft Classic. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is like the classic servers for World of Warcraft. Based on how the game like originally ran. Is that right? Or am I making that up?
I know graphically, yes. But other than that, I have no idea, because from what I understood, it was like before the expansions that people wanted, right? It's when you're adding the expansion that people didn't want, or like, I don't know. This is confusing to me, but I thought it was just WoW before it added anything to it.
But this Burning Crusade, this is an expansion to World of Warcraft Classic, right?
Yeah. So, but it's the first WoW expansion though. That's the thing. So they're now adding a thing to the thing that people didn't want things added to. So I don't know.
Fucking no. I don't fucking know.
If they have an option, there's an option in the game.
I wish we had someone on here who was like more knowledgeable World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
I'm so out of my element.
There's an option in the game that when you get to it, it asks you if you want to stay in WoW Classic or if you want to move on to traditional WoW. And I'm like, well, if you're playing WoW Classic, why don't you just play? Because all the stuff, I do believe, everything in here or everything in WoW is in full WoW. So
Yeah,
I don't know why you play as a new player. I don't know why a new player would go into this.
Yeah.
Because I think this is something specifically for the old heads that were like, man, it's not like it used to be.
Yeah, that's why I don't know. I'm not a WoW guy, so
Yeah.
fuck me, dude. I don't know. We also got a new expansion for our Hearthstone. The collectible card game that also Wasabi and I are not fans of. I like collectible card games.
Yeah, originally I wasn't gonna put any of this in here, but I was like, oh, just say that it happened and then move on. So
yeah,
this happened.
so there you go. New Hearthstone expansion happened.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing I want to talk about.
yeah, let's go. Let's get to good stuff.
Diablo 4 got a reveal trailer for the Rogue, which up until now we've only had what was it? The Druid, the Fighter, and the Arcanist, the magic user.
Yeah.
So it is cool to see a new class, the Rogue, get announced. I am excited for Diablo 4. I am just worried of what's going to happen when it drops. Because if everyone remembers, Diablo 3 did not have the best launch. In fact, I would argue a lot of Blizzard games released in the past couple years didn't have. So I'm probably not going to pre-order this or buy it day one. But the Rogue looks fucking cool. I love the traversal effects the Rogue has. I love how fast they are. They're like a cross between like the tools you see from the Demon Hunter with like really fast thief movement, which I love. It looks neat. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for Diablo 4. Can't wait to see that game come out. But I'm gonna wait for the review.
Are people really that like skeptical of Blizzard's ability to? Because yeah, they've like fucked some shit up recently, but that wasn't like main squad Blizzard. That wasn't like big time, big name game Blizzard. That was just like, here's some side shit we're doing, right? I mean, the mistakes they made with Diablo 3. Do we really think they're gonna make those same mistakes on the next game?
I don't know, man. It's just a habit. I don't pre-order games, so
yeah. I mean, I don't either.
I'm not gonna pre-order this. Pick this up day one. I'll wait till the reviews come in, and then, and it's not just me. Like a couple people in my friend group who I play Diablo 3 with, not regularly, but pretty consistently. We play Diablo 3. These are the only guys I play Diablo, and we've all pretty much our consensus is like, yeah, we're gonna wait till the reviews come.
Yeah, because I already know I'm buying this game probably day one. The only piece of information that I'm waiting for is there going to be controller support on PC like there was in the console version of D3?
Yeah. Because
if there is, I'm sold already. If not, then I'm probably never going to play this game. At least not on PC.
We also got sorry.
Oh, I'm like done with playing these with like not a controller. Seeing how well they did it on Diablo 3, I'm like, that's how I want to play this. So
yeah, I'm still gonna play with mouse and I love these. We also got an announcement, which is, I mean, it's really a surprise. It's kind of leaked a while ago, but we got confirmation now that Diablo 2 Resurrected is happening. It's a full HD remaster of Diablo 2, which is some people's favorite Diablo game. I haven't played anything before Diablo 3, so
yeah,
I am not a veteran Diablo fan. I got on Diablo with 3, and a lot of people fucking shit on me, but I don't care. My game library, my choice. But
this is a $40 game, so
it is a $40 game, which I kind of go back and forth with, man, because
they should just give it. They should just give this away for free or something, or like have a window where it's free. Or if you already own 1 and 2, maybe you get this for free or some shit. It's like they need to give it away somehow for a select people, because this game is old as fuck. They're just like trying to cash in on. It's almost like they're trying to say, yeah, we're not sure about Diablo 4, but you know how well regarded Diablo 2 is, so here you go. Here's that, but you got to pay $40 for it though.
What's crazy is that it looks like Diablo 2. Like Diablo 2 has a very distinct art style, and they just recreated that with 3D models instead of sprites. It's a good 1-to-1 remake of it. It's a good. But
it looks like other games that are free to play right now. I'm not going to name any names, but you know, like Path of Exile is like pretty fucking good, and like I don't know. I have no reason to go back to this as not a Diablo fan, or I guess a Diablo 2 fan for $40.
Exactly. That's what's got me fucked up. Like I heard about that and I was like, oh, this will be pretty cool. It's coming out. Which it's coming out on consoles, which I don't think Diablo 2's had a console release before.
It was on PS1.
It was on PS1? Okay.
Yeah.
Which could be interesting to see, but when I saw the price tag, I was like, dude, no. I'm not gonna for $20 more I can get Diablo 4. Like, why would I drop for $40 I can buy Grim Dawn and all its expansions? Like, if you want to talk about a good like action RPG, Grim Dawn is fucking
exactly. And as mod support and all this cool shit, I'm like, I'm not like as mod support where you could put all these classes in the game, by the way. Like, so I don't know. It's just not. I'm not on board with this. I know some people might be excited, but
I was excited just to see kind of the roots of Diablo. But then when I saw the price tag, I was like, dude, fuck. Like, I have no nostalgia for Diablo 2. It's going to take a lot more.
Those roots are in every other one of these games that are out now, like Torchlight and like when they say that it changed the landscape of like these games, it really did. But now it's a dime a dozen now. So like going back to it is like, unless you're nostalgic for it, going back to it is just not worth it for $40 in my opinion. So
I agree. So that's a thing that's happening. $40. And some quickie news: we did get Xbox making backwards compatible games better by offering an FPS boost on most, not all, but most.
So right now it's 5. Right now it's 5 games.
Right now it's 5. The plan is to incorporate into most of them, but right now it is 5.
Yeah, Far Cry 4, Sniper Elite 4, Watch Dogs 2, UFC 4, and new Super Lucky's Tale.
Which, no consistency with those games. What are these games?
But it's cool. It's a start of something that could be really cool. Yeah. I know that it's unofficially boosted games, like unofficially, and they would come out and say, oh, it's just like a side effect because of the better hardware, and these games have unlocked frame rates, so it's going to run a little faster. But now they're officially saying, I guess, calling it FPS Boost and like making these games 2 times faster, 3 times faster, some of them 4 times faster. If it was a 30 FPS game, sometimes they're going all the way up to 120 FPS. So it's like it's very impressive.
Yes. I can't wait to see what else happens with it. I think it's dope as shit, like you were saying. Dude, Xbox is just they've been fucking killing it, dude. Like, it's crazy that Xbox can offer such consumer friendly services.
Yeah,
it's not enough that you want to buy an Xbox, but it's really consumer friendly. Good on them. Good on you.
And I was hoping that this would carry into like some of the older games, because these are like Xbox One games. But when I heard about this, I thought it was like 360 and like original Xbox. Like I thought it would carry back into those games. Which again, they did say like those games do get a boost, but it hasn't been like official. So
yeah. We did also get an announcement from Nvidia. Now, a little bit outside my realm of expertise, so you might have to take over here. But Nvidia announced they are announcing a new graphic card called the Nvidia CMP, which is more designed for Bitcoin mining. So hopefully,
well, it's actually specifically for Ethereum mining.
Yeah.
Bitcoin mining isn't very profitable these days, but they kind of I'm of two minds of this. They kind of like market this as like a move for gamers, like, hey gamers, we hear you, so we're making this new card so all the miners don't buy it up. But that's not actually what's going to happen, because the thing about buying like hardware for mining is that they want to buy something that they can down the road resell so that it still has value when, like, you know, mining is not profitable anymore. So if you buy, they're making the CMP cards that are like designed for mining, because when they bring out their RTX 3060 GPU, it's coming here like at the end of the month or next month, it's going to be limited. They're like, once it detects that you're mining Ethereum on it, it's going to limit how the hash rates that you can get. It's going to like have it, trying to encourage those guys to buy the CMP card that's made for mining. But again, they would rather buy the 3060 or any other graphics card, because down the road that's going to have more value for them to resell. Because what happened with Bitcoin is that it's not profitable anymore. So a lot of the guys who like invested in hardware that are like kind of ass out if they didn't get something that they can still sell, still has value. So this probably won't make an impact unless one of two things happens, or I guess both of these things happen, which is, one, it has to have like amazing hash rates. Actually, they have a page for it here that I think outlines the numbers on it, but it has to have amazing hash rates, which these numbers not that great that I'm looking at here. These numbers are not that great. I think the 3090 does like 110 mega hashes per second, I think. So what they're showing here is not like, these numbers aren't great. I guess the power rating on them are much lower, but the price has to be much lower as well for this to have any sort of impact. So it's kind of too early to tell right now, but I actually sold my Bitcoin, dude. Shouts out to fucking, I don't know if it actually hit 55,000, but like I sold my shit like yesterday. But you know, I didn't have that much. I only had like, it was like $60 that I had, but yeah, so unless like the price is right and it like actually does numbers, this could potentially make an impact, but it's probably not, because these guys want to buy actual graphics cards, because that they can sell them once this shit fucking is not profitable anymore. So they're doing this move. It's a money move, because fucking this shit is hot right now. Ethereum hit an all-time high. I think it's like hitting 2,000 right now. So yeah, Leo Getz says buy Ethereum. Well, you should have probably bought Ethereum when it was good. Ethereum's not going to be, look, man. Okay, look, Ethereum's not going to be the pick, man. Come like 2-3 years, Ethereum's going to be fucking dead.
Yeah, if you're buying into it now, it's probably too late.
There's other cryptos that are like better than Ethereum. Maybe once like Ethereum 2.0 comes out, maybe it'll have a chance. But there's stuff out right now that are already doing what Ethereum plans to do. Like Cardano and Neo, and all right, crypto hour's over. Crypto hour's over. But this is a money move. Yeah. This is a money move on their part. It's smart for them, but I don't think it's going to have an impact on the GPU market. So
we'll have to wait and see. I know it seems to be my catchphrase. We should just change the podcast name to from Gameoverse podcast. So we'll wait and see.
That'll be the name of the episode.
Bloober team. That's the same team that did the Medium. announced they could be working on Silent Hill. Now, this is all speculation. They just said that they're working on existing horror IP from a very famous gaming publisher. And a lot of people speculate they might be reviving Silent Hill. You know, if it's the Silent Hills that we got the PT trailer, the PT demo from, or something totally new. But this is something that's worth talking about, that they're working on this huge IP. Apparently, allegedly, now Konami has been shopping around Silent Hill for a couple of years right now, trying to find someone to develop it. So it could be possible that the Bloober team is working on it. We don't know for sure. Nothing's been confirmed.
They were speculating that maybe there's 2 games in development because there was talks that they've already talked to a prominent Japanese developer that outsourced to. Yeah, it says here. But that Bloober team is also working on something. Now, they don't know if, like, it's, like you just said, they don't know if it's actually Silent Hill or something else, but they kind of hinted at, I mean, what else could it be? They said, like, hey, we're working on a thing, and it's horror, and it's a big name, and you're going to love it. So, like, what else could it be? But
yeah, exactly.
But they did say so.
More confirmation. That's
they're thinking that there could be 2 games, one by this Japanese developer and another one by Bloober team.
Yeah,
which would be cool. Bloober team makes great stuff. So
yeah, no shitting on Bloober team. They do some good stuff. It'd be cool to see what they do with it if they do get that license. But I don't want to say it.
And they did say, so there's a line in here that they were talking to Supermassive to pitch a Silent Hill reboot, but it didn't go through. Yeah. But what led from those talks, they said, led to what we got out of the Dark Pictures anthologies, which is interesting.
Which I haven't played any of these Dark Pictures games except for Until Dawn, which I thought was amazing. So I would like to try the other game.
Yeah.
Maybe on a Halloween stream, that might be cool to.
Yeah, they're okay. They're not, not amazing, but
everyone tells me. We got some new Game Pass games getting announced. Which, if you know the show, you know how much we fucking shill Game Pass. Honestly, Microsoft, give us money. Talk about your service so much, but it's a good service, man. We got Elite Dangerous coming out on console. Killer Queen Black coming out on their cloud and console subscription. Deadfire is coming out cloud and console. Wreckfest is coming out cloud console and PC. Dirt 5 is coming out cloud console and PC. And last but not least, we have Super Hot Mind Control Delete and Code Vein, both coming out. Code Vein is something I was really interested in. It looks really cool, but I'm kind of hesitant about buying Souls-likes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Souls-like things I specifically do not like, so hopefully they can fix that with this. I've heard it's a lot more aggressive than most Souls-like, so I might be into it, but
it's the
Game Pass, so I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, it's the God Eater. It's what God Eater is to Monster Hunter, Code Vein is to Dark Souls.
Okay. I understand completely. So it's a little bit faster, more arcadey. I'll definitely try it. I mean, it's gonna be free on Game Pass. The only thing that wastes my time. Give it a shot.
Yeah, Wreckfest is dope as fuck. That's the game that I wanted. What was that? Destruction All Stars. If Destruction All Stars was even half of the Destruction game that is, it'd be so much fucking better. Like, that game has the pizzazz that Destruction All Stars is lacking. Like, when you crash into shit gets crashed into, man. There's just debris and fires all over the place. Like, that's, like, it has the excitement that Destruction All Stars is lacking.
Well, that's going to be free on cloud console and PC with your Game Pass subscription. So that'd be cool to check out, man. That's coming out February 18th. That's out already, so I can download that right now.
Yeah.
I might check it out later. And now we got some videos and trailers. No Man's Sky got their Companions trailer. fucking dope. This game's still releasing content. I gotta play it already. Everyone keeps telling me how great it is now.
I mean, if you don't like that kind of game,
yeah.
If you don't like that kind of game, it's still that kind of game. So, you know, like Minecraft, but in space. But you know, it's got like its own thing as well. But it's a lot of that, a lot of downtime, not a lot of action, which is what I want to see I want more action out of this game. Give me like more guns and things to shoot and kill. There's just not like you can shoot and kill things, but they don't like shoot and kill you. But like I want things to shoot back that aren't like other planes. Like if I'm like running and exploring a thing, I want other motherfuckers who have guns to shoot at me, not just like.
So you want like Halo and Minecraft.
Yeah.
That actually, now that I said it out loud, that sounds pretty cool.
I want that like, and this is a thing that like Destiny. I want Destiny in this game, pretty much.
Ah, there you go.
Like it's the one thing that would
like, kinda has that, but like it's not in space.
What does?
Grounded.
Oh yeah, yeah, but
like,
the Ground is a different thing though. Ground is more
survival.
Ground is more survival than this. Well, this is more like exploration.
Yeah.
But like if I step in like the wrong territory, like I want some motherfuckers to come at me, like, hey motherfucker, what are you doing here? We're gonna start blasting if you don't turn around, type shit. There's none of that in this game still.
That'd be cool to see. Hopefully, we'll see it on the next update. We'll wait and see.
But anyway, the companions update adds like a Pokemon style. You can like recruit animals to like follow you and fight with you, and you can breed them and create new creatures and shit like that. It's pretty fucking cool. They don't really show you that in this trailer, but that's what it says it is. So
awesome. I mean, it looks cool. I gotta hurry up and play it already, but I'm in the same boat. I need some more action.
Yeah, I put 80 hours into it when it came out, and so like, but every time I try to jump back in, I kind of fall off because it's still that game, you know.
And some more updates. Microsoft Flight Simulator got a whole update to United Kingdom and Ireland.
Yeah.
So that's cool. This game is something impressive.
Just, gorgeous.
I mean, it had some fucking missteps when it came out, but it's looking pretty decent now. It looks dope. It looks really dope. I want to play so. I think maybe my. This looks. I'm probably just gonna. It's on Game Pass. So I'm probably just gonna download it, find my house, and then turn it off.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you need like a terabyte SSD to install it on and play it properly.
I have a terabyte.
Oh yeah. Well, there you go.
We also got, this is something that's really cool because I played this game. We got Blasphemous Strife and Ruin announced for Steam. It's available as a free update to all Steam players. They get it it's coming out February 18th, about 2 days. It's basically a crossover with Bloodstained. So if you haven't played Blasphemous yet, it is a Metroidvania, but more on the Vania part than the Metro part.
Yeah.
But big gimmick that I like about the game is the art style. I'm not talking like the graphics. I mean, literally the art style they chose. It's like this Renaissance Catholic world that they're building. Like this really dark Catholic they're building. There's a lot of imagery here that growing up Catholic I recognize, but it's twisted in a really interesting way. I fucking love Blasphemous. I think it looks really cool. I love the art style. The fucking creature designs are phenomenal. I have it on Switch, so I'm kind of bummed out that this update's coming out on Steam. Hopefully we'll get it on Switch later. But I'm stoked. This looks dope as fuck.
Yeah.
Well, at the very end of the trailer too, this is one thing that kind of tripped me out. The graphical style changes drastically at the end of this trailer. It turns into the Curse of the Moon style graphics, like the old NES style graphics, like right here. I don't know what that's about,
Looks
but it's still cool.
like
Um,
Shovel Knight.
it still looks cool though, so I'm not gonna. We also got a trailer for a new Crosscode expansion called A New Home. Crosscode is something I heard about a long time ago. I've always wanted to play it. It was free on Game Pass for a little while. I don't know if it still is, but I'll definitely check it out. It's like a really fun-looking action RPG with a kind of free-forming leveling system,
Yeah,
which I want to check out. I really, really want to play it. Should probably check it out now that it's out.
it's good. I played a little bit of it on Stadia. No, it wasn't Stadia. It was Amazon Luna.
Oh wow!
But I think I own it. I own this game though. I think. But yeah, it's pretty good.
I'll
There's
definitely
a
check it out. It's on
plane
Game.
going by.
Check it out. Now this is something that caught me off guard. We got a Shovel Knight crossover with, of all games, For Honor. I was not expecting that. Remember when For Honor came out and Ubisoft was like, "Oh, it's like a realistic, like combat, medieval combat game," and now they have all this shit in it.
Oh, this trailer is funny. But
The trailer's so funny.
Shovel Knight just finds his way into everything, man. I'm surprised he's not in Smash Brothers by now.
Oh, dude. Well, there's a Shovel Knight like assist trophy,
Oh, okay.
so he is, but he should be as a playable. I don't know why he looks dope, dude. Like I never played For Honor. Everyone tells me I should. I think I might like it. And the Shovel Knight crossover might be what I need to get into it.
Well, it was free on Epic for a bit.
I might have it.
Yeah.
But it'll be like the vanilla game. Yeah, I do have it, but it's like the vanilla game that I'll have all the. Oh, those are free with the game though, weren't they? All the expansions?
I don't know.
I'll check it out. We also got a trailer for Crayon Shin-Chan, which Crayon Shin-Chan game. Those of you who don't know what Crayon Shin-Chan is, it's a old Japanese anime that's been around forever. We got a similar series here just called Shin-Chan, which if you haven't seen it yet, the English dub for Shin-Chan is fucking hilarious. It's so damn funny. I was watching. My wife is the one who got me into it. She convinced me to sit down and watch it, and I was like, "This is really funny." It's like reminds me of Ghost Story. I don't know anything about this series.
They announced this during the I guess there was a separate Japanese yeah, a Japanese Direct, and I guess that's where they showed this. But yeah, I don't know shit about Shin-Chan, but I know that this looks awesome. It looks like it good.
Really pretty game. It has nothing to do with like the Shin-Chan I know of, like the Adult Swim Shin-Chan I watched. But
yeah,
it looks cool. It looks nice. It looks peaceful. I fucks. Back. I don't know. I lost where I was. Now to some game releases, man. We got Curse the Dead Gods. That's coming out on PC, Switch, PS4, and Xbox One, February 23rd. It looks interesting, like another Souls-like game. But I've been told this one's pretty solid. Horn Knight is set to come out on PS4, February 23rd as well. I don't know anything about Horn Knight, actually. I don't think I've ever heard of this game. Have you heard about this one?
no, a lot of these I haven't heard about. So stuff coming out though.
Oh God, Horn Knight looks like Shovel Knight, like not as good. Which isn't fair to say that because Shovel Knight's like helmet is pretty generic.
Yeah.
So it's not fair to compare it to that. But yeah. I mean,
It looks
okay.
Looks all right. It looks like a little cool little action platformer, 2D platformer.
Persona 5 Strikers coming out PC, Switch, and PS4 to February 23rd. I've actually heard a lot of good things about Persona 5 Strikers. It is a canon sequel to Persona 5. So fucking, I gotta play it. The downside though is the Persona 5 Strikers came out before Persona 5 Royal. So if you played Royal, all that Royal content is not going to be in Persona 5 Strikers. So that's a huge step down for me.
I mean, I'm playing the game for the first time, so I don't even think I know where the Royal stuff starts and where like the other shit ends, or if they just blend in. I don't know what the new content is, so I'm just playing the game.
Oh, so there's going to be some characters that aren't coming back in Strikers, but it looks cool. Strikers looks really cool. Atlas has a habit of this. I mean, people forget Persona 4 came out. They released a canon sequel to Persona 4 and 3 in the form of a fighting game, so it's not outside the realm of possibility.
Yeah,
Atlas.
and a dancing game.
Yeah, and a dancing game. We also have another game, Rogue Heroes: Ruins of Tassos, coming out on the PC and Switch. That also looks pretty interesting. I don't
This
know
looks good.
About Rogue Heroes, but it looks really cool, man. Like
it almost looks like a Four Swords adventure, like a Zelda.
Yeah, dude, that's what I was thinking when I was seeing it too.
But a roguelike.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that. It looks dope. That's coming out PC and Switch. Honestly, perfect for Switch. It's a perfect Switch game.
Yeah.
We also got the We Were Here series. I don't know what this series is either.
So We Were Here is a trilogy of co-op puzzle games. So what's cool about it is it's like they're co-op puzzles, but you're not together most of the time. Usually it's one player has like a puzzle that they have to solve before the other player can solve his puzzle, or you have to like one player sees something that the other player has to type in. So you have to tell the other players like, hey, okay, I see a scorpion, a snake, and a falcon. And then the other player has to like type them in, and like it's co-op in that way where you have to team up to solve different puzzles.
So it's kind of like keep talking and nobody explodes, but it switches back and forth on like who's doing what. I like that.
Yeah. Or like Portal, I think Portal 2 kind of had puzzles like that.
Yeah.
Where it was like you each had to do something so the other player can do a thing.
You're right. So that's actually really cool then. I like that a lot.
Yeah. There's 3 of them now, so it's a trilogy of games.
That's really cool.
Actually, we should play this at some time. Actually,
I am down, dude. Yeah, I am down.
The first one is free, and the other 2 you have to buy.
Is it on Steam? It's coming on PS4 and PS5, but is it on Steam right now?
They're all on Steam already.
There we go then. Let's do that. I'll work out something. We Were Here together. It is $13.
The first one's free though.
Oh, there it is. Yeah,
that's the third one. But yeah, I've not played these. I've only seen it.
Oh, there's a bundle for all of them for like.
Yeah.
All right, I'm down. We'll talk about it. That sounds dope. Horn Knights coming out February 24th for Xbox One. Forward to the Sky is coming out on the Switch February 25th. I don't know this one.
It's a 3D platformer. Cute anime 3D platformer.
There's a cute little anime 3D platform. Looks very simplistic though.
Yeah. This game's been out since like 2015. I think this came out on Steam.
Yeah, I'm not into it. Next game. Goblin X is coming out on the Switch. Already talked about that. We got Hellpoint also coming out on the Switch. Hellpoint is it's not how did I word it? A Dark Souls game, yeah, but in hell. But it's got this weird like sci-fi style to it too.
Yeah, it's like a sci-fi hell.
So like a Doom, like a Doom aesthetic. It looks interesting. It looks interesting, but I'm not. It looks like a Souls-like, and I don't like that.
It's okay. Not
Yeah.
I played it, had a guy like run me through it, and then I was like, yeah, this is it's a video game, all right. It's
It's
Souls.
definitely
It's not a get up in that ass game. How about that? That's what I'll say.
yeah. We also got Wrath, Aeon of Ruin. That's coming on on PC, Switch, PS4, Xbox One. I thought this game came out already, but I guess it was an early access. It's like a Quake style, like boomer shooter. It's what they call it.
Yeah, I was sitting here wondering why I don't own this game already.
Yeah, dude. I had heard about this game about a year ago from one of my favorite YouTubers. You guys don't know, G-Man Lives. He reviews a lot of like old school shooters, modern shooters. And this looks fucking dope. I had heard about this last year from him when it was still in development. And I'm into it. I really want to play it.
Yeah.
I'm also wondering why this is not in my library. That's set to come out on everything. PC, Switch, PS4, Xbox One, February 25th. So go check it out. It looks dope as fuck. If you like Quake, you'll probably like Aeon of Ruin.
Yeah.
We
Quake
also
or
have,
Blood.
yeah, Quake or Blood. Dusk is another one that just came out recently. That's supposed to be really.
Yeah.
We also have Bravely Default 2 coming out February 26th. And last but not least, Horn Knight is dropping on PC and Switch February 20th. And that is it for the show, everybody.
Sweet.
Sweet. Thank you, everyone, for coming to listen. I know it was a big news week, and it literally all came up in the last 2 days, but
Yeah.
appreciate everyone who's still here to be here, man. I love doing this. It's fun as fuck.
Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna do it. Gameoverse.com, Gameoverse.com/Twitch, Gameoverse.com/YouTube, Gameoverse.com/Discord. Jump in there, talk to us. We talk back. We'll meme at you. Talk your shit. Don't matter. Get at us. I'm probably gonna be playing more Persona. So, and then when I get bored, I'll probably play I don't know, some other random shit. Who knows?
I don't know what I'm gonna be doing today. I thought I was gonna be like hanging out. My wife just told me she's looking at a house, so I'll probably be talking about that all day today.
All right.
We'll see. Hopefully, once I have a house, we'll have our own little. I have my own little studio set up. I can spend some more time streaming, more time doing stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna do it. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for listening, people.
Yep, everyone. You guys have a good one. Stay beautiful. I love you and your families. Again, message us up in the Discord, man. We're always here.